Hi, welcome to Mentoring Moments with Ron Bogart. I'm the business coach of Jordan Essentials. I want to thank you for taking time to sit down and learn a little bit about what we discussed at Leadership Camp in September of 2009. At that time, we brought together 30 of the best and brightest sales leaders at Jordan Essentials, and we kind of beat some ideas around, talk about some of what's happening in the market, in the economy, in our own personal businesses. And I hope some of the results that we took from that you will find beneficial, that you'll be able to invest into your business. But Tammy Bechtel summed up probably what all of us were feeling, and that was that most of us are sick of being on the sales and economy roller coaster. It's just making us crazy that we're up one day and that we're down the other. Where's the consistency at in our businesses? Is there a way that we can be consistent in our sales and our recruiting as we're bringing in new team members to Jordan Essentials? And the whole idea of that is so that you will have more time for yourself and for your family. And so let's dig in to see if there was anything that came out of this event. We spent a lot of time talking about our own personal leadership inventories. For myself, I'm one of these challenge the process kind of people. And we kind of honed in on that because right now, the way the environment and the economy is, everything seems to be a little challenging. The problem is, if we continue doing everything the way we have been doing, we're going to continue to get the results that we've experienced in the past. So one of the things that we're doing is we're going to search for opportunities and seek innovative ways to grow and improve. And that's what we spent a lot of the weekend about. The other thing is we're going to experiment and take a few risks. We're going to work on generating small wins, something that can help keep our enthusiasm building so that we're not waiting for that one time that we step up to the plate and we knock it out of the park. That's not what this business is about. It's about incremental improvement during periods of time. It's about a process, not a destination. And so we thought, how can we incorporate these ideas into how we live our everyday sales practices? One of the things that we studied was the Hyman Miller sales funnel. And you all are probably experiencing the sales funnel right now in your businesses, and you just don't even recognize what's going on. But see if this makes sense. You're trying to build maybe one or two people a month onto your team, okay? Well, you've got somebody that comes in as a prospect, and you're working with them, you're doing some fact finding, you're trying to figure out where they fit on your team, if they fit on your team, and just exactly what information is needed for them to make an informed decision to join your team. What we've learned in doing some study at Jordan Essentials is that it takes anywhere from 1 to 3 months for a person to pass through this sales funnel for them to become a contributing member of your team. So if you've got one person that you're working with right now, it's going to take 1 to 3 months. Then that means at best you're going to sponsor 12 people a year, maybe down to 3 or 4, and a lot of you are experiencing that. And so what you have is you have 1 month that you have some success, and then you have a 2-month lull, and then 1 month with success, 2-month lull. And what happens is it's really hard to make it through that valley. And we don't want to spend a lot of time in the valley. So is there a better way of doing this? Well, I mean, logic would just say that if you increase the numbers that's in there, then obviously you're going to have more happening, and it's going to steady out the ups and downs of your sales results. But how do you manage all that? Is there a way of keeping track of all the people? Because, I mean, think about your schedules right now with kids and with your business and with your spouses and everything that you've got going on. Just trying to add more people to your life could be something that could appear a bit overwhelming. So one of the things that we did during this weekend is we actually took this idea of the sales funnel and put together something called a CRM, or a customer resource management tool, or a customer relationship management tool. Both of these ideas, whatever works for you, this is really what we're dealing with, is a way for you to manage your business, manage what's happening in your sales funnel, and give some clarity, okay? And what we came up with is something that's just going to be our ideas from this weekend. Most of the people that were there have already taken this concept out and have modified it to fit their regular business and the way they operate. So you might take some of these ideas, think, well, this is going to be great, but this part I don't really need, and you're going to make it your own, okay? But this is primarily the way it works. You have the entire known universe. This is the group of people that could possibly become a team member. Once you identify somebody that you see is really being able to maybe connect with you, fulfill a position on your team, those get to your prospect level. Okay. Now it's possible that you could have one person in your prospect level. You could have 5 in your prospect level. You could have 20 in your prospect level. The idea is this is the group that you've identified that you're going to potentially target. Well, let's just say connect with to potentially become part of your team. You're going to have initial communication. Now, not everybody that you've identified as a prospect is going to make it to that initial communication part. So where you've maybe had 20 people on your in your prospect area, you may have only 10 or 15 that actually make it to the initial communication. Next, you're going to have your fact-finding area. Because let's agree, if we learn from this person that maybe this business isn't necessarily right for them, we definitely don't want to try to force them down in the funnel to where we end up using them or their talents for something that's not necessarily going to benefit you as a team leader. After we find that there is a position for them that might fit on your team, then we figure out exactly how we're going to meet the need. Now you can see this is probably a smaller group of people that you're working with in this area. By the time you get down to the processing, the follow-up, making the decisions, and closing the deal for them to become a contributing member of your team, that may only be 1 or 2 people in a 30-day period of time that actually make it through that whole process. But guess what? As you're moving each person down an individual level, there's time, there's an incubation process that has to take place. So it's not like you're working with all 20 or 30 people in this funnel all at the same time. Okay? You're going to share information with them, and then you're going to sit back and let them process this information. Remember, our studies at Jordan Essentials says it takes 1 to 3 months for most people to make it down into a contributing team member if they make it all the way through that process. But while you're waiting for them to make some of those decisions, you can be adding new people into your prospect category, and that will help steady out your sales results. It'll help take you off of the sales and economy roller coaster, so to speak, and give you some consistency. So my advice is to take these ideas, bat them around a little bit, see if you can come up with something that fits your business, and I hope that you'll find success and results with this that you can go share with your team in the future. Thank you.